Today's video will be about Mexico and migration. I will give a brief description about Mexico City, mention the best activities you can experience in Mexico, and focus on the migration from Mexico to other countries. Mexico City is located in the southern part of North American continent, straddling the Pacific Ocean, Gulf of California, and the Gulf of Mexico, bordered by the US to the north and Guatemala and Belize to the southeast. The country is divided into 32 federal entities, 31 states, one of which called Mexico, and the capital city, Mexico City. And Mexico City is technically sinking about 10 to 20 centimeters a year because it was built on a lake. With a greater metropolitan population over 21 million, Mexico City is the largest city and oldest capital city in the entire Western Hemisphere, and in itself has the same GDP and economy of Peru. After Mexico City, the next largest city are Guadalajara in Jalisco and Monterrey in Nuevo León. The first best place to visit in Mexico City is Tamuul Waterfall, which is not only the largest but certainly one of the most beautiful waterfalls in Mexico. It's famed for its turquoise water. Tamuul Waterfall is the result of two rivers merging, which creates the magnificent 300-meter wide and over 100-meter high waterfall. The Cave of Swallows is a huge open-air pit cave, also known as the second deepest pit in Mexico and largest cave shaft in the world. Every evening, a large flock of birds circled the mouth of the cave, and about once each minute, a group of perhaps 50 breaks off and heads straight down towards the opening. This is an absolutely incredible thing to experience. Las Pozas is an extraordinary surrealist sculpture garden situated in mountains of Mexico. It was created by English poet called Edward James, who wanted to build a Garden of Eden on Earth. By the time James died in 1984, he had spent over $5 million for the construction of Las Pozas and had built 36 surrealist-inspired concrete sculptures. Holbox Island is one of the most remote and well-preserved islands in Mexico. It's just over 40 kilometers long and separated from the mainland by 10 kilometers of shallow lagoon that is home to flamingos, pelicans, and other richful lives. Most of the people of Holbox still make their living by fishing. The streets are made of white sand and there is very few cars as most people commute with golf cars or bicycles. Inaccessibility has left it unspoiled by mass tourism. It has tons of beaches, cheap massages, a town center with a quite few restaurants, and a great sense of point where you can also chill in a hammock. Teotihuacan, also known as the City of Gods. Teotihuacan is home to some of the largest ancient pyramids in the world. According to the legend, it was here where the gods gathered to plan the creation of man. It encompassed 8 square miles and supported a population estimated at 200,000, making it at the time one of the largest cities in the world. It was the region's major economic as well as the religious center. In 2015, there were 244 million international migrants, of which 12 million come from Mexico. The United States alone hosts the vast majority of these Mexican-born migrants, while Canada and Spain follow as the second and third largest receiving countries, respectively. Affluent people with overwhelming income used to live in Mexico, but recent economic opportunities and advantages with international treaties harassing and threatening insecurity have made them leave the country. The people who tend to leave Mexico for the United States are from lower class backgrounds. They primarily come from states where it is not uncommon to see towns where men are absent. and are supposed to be working in the United States. While the women take care of their children, husbands send money to their families in Mexico. To improve the process of migration, US have made migrant protection protocols, which allows the US Department to require many non-Mexican migrants who arrive at the southern border to wait in Mexico while US immigration courts process their cases. The southern border plan pushed migrants to take more dangerous routes, which increased their reliance on smugglers. These groups criticized the Mexican government for not addressing corruption among police and migration officials, or prosecuting crimes against migrants. By 2018, increasing numbers of migrants began to travel in large groups, so-called caravans, to share resources and gain protection. Signing and ratification of human rights treaties certainly increased the likelihood of human rights being protected. Many migrant rights are being protected by treaties that Canada, Mexico, and the United States have signed. Each country has significant protection to improve upon. Now my questions are, why do people migrate from Mexico? Which activity did you find to be the more interesting? Where do most Mexicans migrate to? What is the next largest city after Mexico City? And how many states the country is divided into? I hope you enjoyed my video and thank you for watching.